the Cleveland Flats outside of Play Bar and Grill. There's a shooting. There was lots of shots fired.
People to come down and enjoy these games and not have to worry about these type of incidents.
Police. At Margaritaville, in the flat. They're shooting.
We have to get out and say this behavior in our city is just not acceptable.
When gunfire erupted outside a bar in the Flats after a Browns game earlier this month, changes were quickly made.
And since then, business owners say they have seen more police officers in the area. The goal, preventing something like this from happening again.
News 5's Nadine Alvisada spoke with businesses, visitors, and Cleveland police to find out how those changes are working and whether the Flats are safe once again.
Katie, Rob, a Friday is when you're usually going to see a lot more people heading to the Flats, especially when you have a Guardians game like today. But when they come to the area, they're going to notice more police officers. Specifically today, we saw a cruiser just going around checking each part of the Flats. The message that businesses and the police department are trying to send is even though the shooting took place, the Flats are still a safe place to be. This was the scene outside play in the Flats hours after the Browns home opener.
There was like a Western shootout on one of our streets.
6 people shot after that game. Michael Grano, operating partner at Collision Ben, says it never should have happened.
I would have liked to seen more security down here. There's no doubt about it. And in hindsight, once again, is always 2020.
Since then, on days like this, warm and sunny, people are still coming down to enjoy the Flats. Do you worry about your safety?
I don't. I feel always pretty safe when I come down to the Flats when we're visiting.
I would say anywhere is pretty much unsafe.
I think it makes you more aware of your surroundings.
Not really. I think with the news that they're upping the extra security is always a good thing.
That increased security comes from a coordinated effort between the Flats bars, restaurants, and police.
Last Sunday we had a game. It was staffed perfectly.
How does it make you feel that it took this incident for that to happen?
It can be a little bit frustrating.
We also sat down with Cleveland Police Chief Annie Todd. Do you feel like the Sunday that the shooting happened, there should have been more officers deployed out there?
So not necessarily, it's not about the amount of officers, it's about where they are when the situation happened. So I can tell you we had a very large contingency of officers that were working that day. But again, they're dealing with the traffic issues.
The chief doesn't believe the department was understaffed the day of the shooting, but now they've deployed more officers to the Flats.
We had a redeployment plan, and that plan was to make sure, regardless of the amount of traffic, that there is that visible presence in the Flats.
She believes that the new strategy is already making a difference and reminds the public safety isn't just on the police.
So just mere presence alone doesn't stop everything, but our officers are out there to make sure that the community sees them, they feel safe.
Businesses and members of the Flats Forward group have also increased security.
We voiced all of our concerns. They listened to us. They adapted. And I think moving forward, things are going to be really great.
Now, one thing that the businesses and the police department also reiterate is though you could have more officers, they hope and they remind the community to also use common sense, be smart, because an officer can be right there, but that doesn't mean they can prevent someone from actually doing something. But again, they remind everybody the Flats are still safe. You will notice more officers in the area, and they're going to be evaluating that response as the season goes on. Back to you guys in studio.
And they are headed to the Flats right now. Nadine Alvisada live for us tonight. Good stuff. Thank you.